Happy Thanksgiving, Manna Gatherers. I am so thankful that you have chosen to start your Thanksgiving day with God's good stuff here at Morning Manna. God gives us in abundance good stuff from heaven every day, but we have to make the decision to get up and go out to gather God's good stuff, using all of our senses to witness God at work in very big and marvelous transformative ways in our lives and throughout the world. This week on Morning Manna, we are spelling thanks, T-H-A-N-K-S, using one letter every day to guide our scripture reading. On Monday was the letter T, and we read from 1 Thessalonians 5, remembering to rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and give thanks in all circumstances. On Tuesday, we turned to the letter H, and we read from Hebrews 12:28, remembering that we are living in God's kingdom right now, and that fact leads us to express our thanks and gratitude for God and all God has done, in a spirit of worshipful thanksgiving. Wednesday, we met up with Paul in Acts 28:15, remembering to be thankful for people, especially our church fam, who shows up in big ways to support us when we need it most, with a lot of love and a lot of encouragement. I think about that, especially that lesson from yesterday from Acts 28:15 today on Thanksgiving Day, as people like Joy Bachnight and Judy Keating and so many other people of Union, when they saw a need and they rose up to answer that need. They noticed that many single or widowed or people living far from family had no one to celebrate the holidays with. So they started a tradition at Union, a Thanksgiving Day meal that has become a very big and meaningful tradition, a very meaningful gathering for many people that have now become like a big family. People showing up for other people when they need it most. That's what we talked about yesterday, and that's what's happening at church right now. That's church, and that's a whole lot to be thankful for. Today, we keep that spirit of Thanksgiving going as we turn to number 6, 24 through 25, a benediction that God told Moses to speak over all of the Israelites. We use this blessing from number 6 a lot in church. Our youth group, in fact, says it every single Sunday as they depart from one another at the end of youth group. So you may recognize these familiar words of blessing that seem so appropriate right now on this Thanksgiving Day. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Blessed to be a blessing. I kind of touched on this yesterday, saying that we should not only be thankful for people who surround us with love and support and encouragement when we need it most, but we should also be people who strive to be such a person to others, a receiving and a giving. Sometimes we are receiving on the receiving end of the blessing, and sometimes we are called to be the givers of the blessing. God's blessings are found throughout Scripture, and indeed they are found throughout our whole lives and all around the world today. God is a generous, generous giving God who desires to bless all of creation abundantly, far more than we can ever ask or imagine. God's blessings are, as Genesis 22 says, as numerous as the stars of heaven and as the sand is on the seashore. Today is a day to count all of those blessings. I'll give you time right now to think of a few. And we give thanks to God for all of these blessings, for blessing you and for keeping you, for making God's face to shine upon you every day, for being gracious unto you, for lifting God's countenance upon you and giving you peace. But back to blessed to be a blessing. We are made in this generous, giving God's image. So today isn't just about counting our blessings, the blessings we have received, but it is also a day that we look at ways we can be a blessing. I loved Buffy Murphy's memory of Reverend Red Williams, who she shared this memory on one of our stewardship videos this November. She said that Reverend Williams said in a sermon, "I dare you to try to outgive God." Of course, that's laughable because we cannot outgive God, can we? God is so extravagantly generous, but we can certainly try to outgive God, or we can give like God gives, extravagantly so. And we can maybe even start that right now today by praying with our whole hearts this priestly benediction, this blessing found in number 6 over people and over our whole world, because our world needs to hear this blessing and to receive this blessing. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. May you, on this Thanksgiving, no matter where you are or who you are celebrating with or what you are doing, may you be blessed. I will see you tomorrow on Friday.